Hello and welcome to Orchid 365. If you're new, welcome to my channel. If you've been here, thank you so much for continuing to share my orchid growing experiences. And I wanted to do a video today about orchid mounting. You guys know how passionate I am about mounting my orchids and how I feel like that gives them a natural, organic look when they grow. And so I came up with a few new things. I wanted to share with you something that I learned in my learned more about in my orchid society meeting the other night. It was so interesting. We had a speaker. His YouTube channel, I believe, is Orchid House. He's from Fort Lauderdale, and what I admire about him is how his collection is mostly mounted. So he talked about mounting, about techniques, about orchids, and he reminded me that I have a walkeriana that I bought as a seedling from my friend Yoshi from Orchids by the Lake, and she's growing beautifully in my holy pot. Make sure she does not like to have wet feet at all. So I have her on very well draining media. However, I do have some bark mixed in there. We've been getting heavy rainfall. So before she gets any bigger, I wanted to put her on a mount, and I have this base that I made into a mount from a new project that I'm sharing for the first time in this video. You know how much we all love those bamboo baskets, but how much we don't love that moment in time when we have to take our precious orchids out of it. So we've been working on a design that you don't have to worry about. Very inspired by the bamboo pots, and this is the bottom of it. And when we assembled it, now this takes time. This is printed piece by piece by piece. Probably would be the biggest pot I would ever have for sale, and I'm highly considering just taking it to when I sell in person because of the whole hanger situation. It's going to be included, you know, unless somebody messages me and they really want it, then I would have to fold it up and put it. I guess I'll just figure it out. But this is my first one. It's my prototype. I printed two. One I'm going to mount in, the other one I'm gonna have for sale. So, you know, these things, I came up with these ideas because there's certain kind of woods that are amazing that you can mount on and you don't have to worry, and you can literally get that piece of wood mounted if you have really good driftwood, really good cedar. There's another one that can't come to my mind right now. So as I started inventing these things, I remembered, you know, at the talk, I remembered I should probably put this on here and then take this opportunity to show you guys my new invention. So I'm gonna put on my gloves and give her a little wiggle out of there, and I really do think she's going to be happy. I bought this, finally got my hands on the New Zealand spag moss for some seedlings I have growing in the back, and man, this is a game changer. I got this at Ophie for like, I think it was $15, and it's compressed. And let me show you where I prepare it. It's like the big salad container, and it gave me two of these. The most important thing, because this is really good moss and it is absorbent of the water, you have to dry it, because if not, see, you have to let it out in the sun or whatever. Just let it dry out, or press it really hard, because you don't want to drown a seedling in there. It's definitely efficient, like definitely does its job. So yeah, I'm not happy with the media that I have in here, and I think this is my opportunity to have her get acclimated to a mount. See, she's gotten roots and stuff, and because I have some decomposing bark in there, she started looking funny. So I know if I put her here, she will be happier. You never ever touch roots unless they're stringy and just yucky, you know, dead, like for sure. So that's what I'm gonna go ahead and do. Just cut the stringy roots, the dead roots. And I think I got to it just in a matter of time. We've had an insane amount of rain, like out of nowhere. I think we had like the driest summer ever, and then all of a sudden we started having these heavy rains, making up, I guess, for all the rain we didn't get in the summer, but all at once, a little bit insane. So yeah, that's it. I do have some roots that I can work with there. I'm not gonna touch them. So what I'm gonna do is, she's doing her little walk. Walkeriana walks. So she's walking this way, and I don't really have a problem with it walking all over the mount. So I'm probably gonna just center her here in the middle. Oh, this root looks gross. And it's done. It's a done deal. I'm gonna get some of the moss that I have prepared there. I'm thinking around here. So I usually I have Velcro, I have green wire. I've been using the zip tie because when, especially when they're small and we get a wind or a bird or anything perches on there, if the orchid should never wiggle when you mount it, and it's something that the speaker was really good at mentioning, because if it does, it has this defense mechanism, you know, like where, okay, if it's in nature and it's wiggling, oh my god, I'm dying. And sometimes, like you said, they hit that panic button, they don't feel safe or whatever, and then that's it, you lost an orchid. So that's what I intend to do when I use those zip ties, you know, because when you just when you first mount an orchid, you're kind of like babysitting it. You're like, okay, is it getting the right amount of water? Is it, you know, is it sitting in too much moss? So, you know, it's a process. And then once you see those new roots growing out and it gets established, then you're like, oh, okay, I did it, you know? You don't have to worry anymore. So I'm gonna set her up. I think right there would be cute. And I'm putting just enough moss so that I know she can drink what she needs, and because I don't I haven't been watering a lot because of the rain, but at the same time, she does need to be babysat since she's newly mounted, and I think this is gonna suit her better. So that's what I love about all these holes. You can just work with them. And the possibilities with this mount, you know, because this would be, I guess, like a medium-sized mount, not so big, not so small. So I have a few sizes available online, and I'm loving it. So with this, you want to be careful. You don't want to like put it too tight. And you hold it up, you're going to lose some moss, or you want to give it a shake and make sure she's not wiggling. Then if I need to put any more moss or fasten anything, I will use my little green wire. But the main part of the plant, I always try to hold it in with a zip tie, but that's just me. You don't have to go in with you can go in with the cable, and I may remove it, but now I'm gonna go ahead and put it tighter with the cable to make sure she's not wobbly, and I'll show you how she looks. Okay, so this is what she looks like. I put just enough moss so I know that it won't be too thirsty, and letting it dry out, because they do not like having wet feet, that's for sure. I'm going to be looking, what I love about this, I'm going to be monitoring the root growth, the root health, and I've tagged her there, so I'm either going to hang the cables or the wires, or I can just hang a nail in there and just hang her there. I have to find a proper spot for her depending on her needs for light and whatnot. So I don't like the state of it right now. I'm hoping that this would help her grow bigger and better and healthier, but I'm gonna go spray her with some seaweed and fertilizer and find a spot. Thank you so much for joining me, and what I'm gonna do part 2, and I'll be putting an orchid in my basket. So if you have any questions or anything, just let me know, and thank you for joining me for this quick little mounting project. Happy growing, stay safe, don't forget to like and subscribe. Most importantly, please be kind. Happy growing.